Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Meghan's fascinating interview with Emma Grede. I personally think this is one of her best interviews yet. From calling out media lies and sharing sweet moments about Prince Harry and their kids, to addressing that viral baby mama dance video, Meghan's words have sparked much discussion, as per usual. We'll unpack her biggest points and get into why royal reporters don't seem to realize that she was calling them out. Let's get into it. If you haven't seen the interview, I encourage you to watch it because it has some great insight into Meghan's thought process as a businesswoman. Meghan is wearing this three-piece navy blue Ralph Lauren suit. Meghan has worn Ralph Lauren in public at least 6 times since the end of 2024, showcasing her affinity for the brand during her girl boss era. While there's no evidence confirming a formal brand deal, her frequent use of Ralph Lauren, the Meghan effect, and her Shop My platform make a partnership highly possible. What do you guys think? Does Meghan have a secret deal with Ralph Lauren? Here's a quick recap of the interview. On Prince Harry and their children, she spoke about balancing motherhood with her career. She expressed gratitude that her work allowed her to spend time with her family, including Prince Harry, Prince Archie, 6, and Princess Lilibet, 4, through activities like family vacations and date nights. She also explained that her kids sell the vegetables they grow in their garden at the farmer's market, and that gardening is a great way for them to learn financial literacy and delayed gratification. On personal and professional growth, she discussed her business beginnings, like selling scrunchies at school, and her struggles as a mixed-race actress, which built her resilience. She also said she doesn't have imposter syndrome. Instead, she was the happiest she's ever been, and she felt she was exactly where she was supposed to be. She said she was happy to be working with a team again and felt excited about learning new things. On the speculation about her brand's early success, she addressed the rapid sellout of As Ever products, denying claims of limited stock to create hype, calling it a beautiful surprise. On dealing with public scrutiny, Meghan alluded to ongoing media falsehoods, expressing frustration but maintaining composure, as Emma noted her measured response to lies told about her. She emphasized authenticity and joy as her approach to countering negativity. On that infamous baby mama dance video, she explained that the video captured an authentic moment in her and Harry's lives. She described posting the video as a way to reclaim her joy and share a lighthearted side of their journey, contrasting with the media scrutiny they often face. So it doesn't look like she has any regrets about sharing the video, and it seems like she couldn't care less what anyone thinks about it. On her return to social media, Meghan said, "Being able to go back to social media and share my life authentically, in my own voice, has been incredibly freeing. I get to decide what to share, when, and how, whether it's a fun moment like the baby mama dance or a glimpse into As Ever." She highlighted the joy of connecting directly with her audience without intermediaries, contrasting this with past media misrepresentations, and noted that controlling her narrative allows her to present her real and authentic self. On why she started As Ever, Meghan started As Ever to share her passion for cooking and hospitality, aiming to create a timeless brand that fosters joy and connection. She chose jam as a starting point because it was a personal, joyful creation that resonated with others, was simple to share, and served as a scalable entry into her broader lifestyle vision. But this was by far the most interesting part of the interview.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about the public narrative, because when you sign up to be an actress, you know that people are going to start recognizing you, they're going to start speaking to you on the street, but that's very different from what you have now.
It is, Emma. It's very different.
No shit. I wonder, and listen, I want to say this to you in the best way, because I wonder if you could rewrite your public narrative from scratch. Is there anything that you would do differently?
Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
You're very measured about it. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I'm such a hothead.
Are you? What's your sign?
I'm a Libra. But
Oh,
I know, and it's
Libras.
like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bit, ghetto with it, like a little bit hood. I would just get so angry if I felt like everyone was lying about me all the time. Like, don't you ever feel like just being like, just leave me alone. Like, let me show you. Is there a part of you that ever is just like, just leave me alone?
Peaks and valleys.
Peaks and valleys.
You know? No, I mean, like,
Very elegant.
but it's true. Of course, I've gone through those chapters and do a lot of work. do a lot of self-work and go, what's the why? It's happening for a reason. And my dear friend Serena, who I'm sure you know.
I love Serena. She's like my girl crush. Talk about successful entrepreneur, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's doing so well. She said to me,
I mean, she's
years
literally,
ago,
it's amazing that she can have like that type of career and then this type of business career. I don't even know that people fully have grasped like how successful she is.
but also translating knowledge from the court and being dedicated and
all the things
to another avenue. It doesn't mean that you have to stay in one lane for your whole life. It means that you can translate those skills somewhere else. That's probably part of the magic. But she told me years ago, a lie can't live forever. 8 years is a long time, but not forever.
So how do you
Meghan's answer has drawn significant attention as a pointed critique of media misrepresentation. Fans of the Sussexes view Meghan's statement as a mighty coup de grace against the royal family, royalists, and UK media, whom they accuse of crafting a false narrative to vilify her. Pretty much anybody who hasn't been living under a rock these past few years sees her demand for truth as justified, given documented media falsehoods. Supporters argue that Meghan's measured tone and reference to a lie from 2017 highlight her resilience against a campaign of misinformation, with some pointing to her legal victories as evidence of media misconduct. The British tabloids and royal rota, including outlets like the Daily Mail, have interpreted Meghan's comment as a subtle swipe at the royal family, framing it as another attack in an ongoing feud. At no point did Meghan mention the royal family directly or indirectly. You could argue that she was taking a swipe at the palace comms department, which failed to correct many false stories about her. I think it was clear to most people that Meghan was talking about the press, more specifically the royal rota, the select group of journalists and photographers from major media outlets that are granted exclusive access to cover royal events. However, so-called reporters of the royal rota don't seem to realize that Meghan is talking about them, or they know she was talking about them, and they are just pretending she wasn't. I'm curious what you all think. Let me know in the comments. Royal reporter Rebecca English argues that Meghan's version of the truth differs from the palace's, implying her claims are one-sided and that former staff could counter her narrative with their own accounts of difficulties working with her. Rebecca, who is chief mouthpiece to the Waleses, wrote an article called "Meghan and Harry Broke People I Know. Some former employees say they have PTSD," after her incendiary lie claim, why Meghan's truth is far from the truth about what happened at the palace. Rebecca argues that Meghan's tell the truth comment is a veiled swipe at the royal family, implying her version of events is not the full truth. She cites anonymous royal insiders who claim former staff suffered while working with the Sussexes, suggesting Meghan's narrative omits their experiences. The article references Meghan's past claim that Kate Middleton made her cry, not vice versa, before her 2018 wedding, framing it as an example of Meghan challenging the palace's narrative. Rebecca suggests that many in royal circles question why Meghan revisits these issues, hinting that former aides could reveal damaging counter-narratives. These people act as though they haven't spent the last 8 years briefing against Meghan and Harry. Rebecca asserts that Buckingham Palace is avoiding direct responses to Meghan's comments, but insiders warn that a lot of people could share what really happened, implying Meghan's account is selective. Okay, then why don't they? For years, they have been threatening Meghan with these vague accusations of bullying. People love to say that NDAs are stopping people from coming forward, but that's obviously not true. People have ways of leaking things to the press through anonymous sources. Also, NDAs generally do not prevent employees from pursuing claims of bullying, harassment, or criminal activity, as these matters often fall outside the scope of confidentiality obligations. NDAs are primarily designed to protect proprietary or confidential business information, not to shield unlawful conduct or silence claims of workplace misconduct. So what's stopping these former employees from coming forward if they are truly left broken and suffering from serious mental health issues? Perhaps it's the 25-page rebuttal Harry revealed he and Meghan sent to the palace HR via their lawyers, refuting the allegation with evidence. Rebecca's claim that former employees suffered PTSD relies on anonymous sources without verifiable evidence. This sensationalizes the narrative and echoes unproven bullying allegations from 2018, which were investigated but never substantiated publicly. Court documents, conversely, showed Meghan's communications, like those 5 a.m. emails, were professional, undermining claims of abusive behavior. Rebecca presents Meghan's truth as questionable while ignoring the Daily Mail's own role in publishing false stories, as proven in court. Her article deflects from the media's accountability, which Meghan's tell the truth comment likely targets. The reference to the Kate Middleton incident is framed to suggest Meghan is stirring controversy, but it omits context. Meghan's claim was made in her 2021 Oprah interview to correct a false tabloid story. Rebecca's article perpetuates the narrative of Meghan as the aggressor without acknowledging the media's role in spreading the initial falsehood. Then we have royal reporter Victoria Ward, who wrote an article called Meghan, I Just Want People to Stop Lying About Me, for The Telegraph. Victoria also doesn't realize that Meghan was talking about people like her and not the royal family, because Victoria also frames Meghan's comment as a thinly veiled swipe at the royal family. Or maybe she does realize this is just deflection. Court documents from Meghan's 2021 lawsuit against the Daily Mail revealed false stories about her renovations, her relationship with her father, her work ethic, and her lifestyle, proving tabloid misconduct. By focusing on the royals, Victoria deflects from her own outlet's role in perpetuating lies. Victoria presents Meghan's claim of not having a voice as a royal as a grievance. But Meghan is right. Victoria ignores the palace's strict media protocols, which limited Meghan's ability to counter false stories. Meghan's 2021 Oprah interview clarified she was silenced, a point Victoria downplays to paint her as confrontational rather than justified. Ex-users, like at Bianca Knoll, have criticized Victoria for spinning Meghan's words, noting that the headline misrepresents her quote and implies royal lies without acknowledging media complicity. This suggests Victoria's bias aligns with a broader tabloid agenda to vilify Meghan. I suspect members of the Royal Rota are eager to twist Meghan's words and reframe her comment as an attack on the royal family because Meghan's "tell the truth" comment targets their reporting, and there is evidence that they haven't told the truth about Meghan and at the very least have had a negative bias toward her. It indicates either deliberate avoidance or a failure to self-reflect. As I said, we know from court documents that a great deal of the stories written about Meghan, which contributed to the negative narrative surrounding her, were false. For example, the Daily Mail claimed Meghan and Harry spent £2.4 million of taxpayer money on lavish renovations for Frogmore Cottage. Court documents clarified that the funds covered essential structural work, not luxury fittings, and the couple paid for additional costs themselves. Stories suggested Meghan cruelly cut off contact with Thomas Markle without reason. The court found that the published letter was selectively edited to portray her negatively, omitting context about Thomas's media engagements and the full story of the breakdown of their relationship. Tabloids reported Meghan was difficult to work with, citing her alleged demanding behavior. Court documents included evidence, like the 5 a.m. email showing her communications were professional and reasonable, contradicting claims of unreasonable demands. Remember the absurd Meg Commandments story that claimed Meghan had issued a list of demands to neighbors of a vegan coffee shop, instructing them not to approach her or take photos? It was proven to be completely false in court. Articles exaggerated Meghan's spending or lifestyle choices, like claims of extravagant baby showers or personal expenses. The court noted that such stories often lacked evidence and were designed to paint her as out of touch or wasteful. The proven false stories about Meghan, exposed in her 2021 lawsuit against the Daily Mail, crafted a damaging narrative portraying her as extravagant, manipulative, and divisive. These falsehoods, spread by the British tabloids and Royal Rota, fueled a negative public impression, overshadowing her authentic, empathetic, and grounded character, as seen in her Emma Grede interview. Meghan's interview with Emma Grede, I think, is one of her best yet, echoing the authenticity of her With Love Meghan episode with Roy Choi, where her knowledge and intentionality shone through. From sharing the joy of her baby mama dance to launching As Ever with her heartfelt jams, Meghan proved she's a savvy, purpose-driven entrepreneur. She's absolutely right. If the media had told the truth from the start, the public narrative surrounding her would be very different. It would be clear to more people that Meghan has all the qualities that make her better at doing the job of a royal than the people born into it. That's why they had to get rid of her. Meghan was never the problem. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives. See you next time.